Good day, beautiful people. Welcome to Atlanta where the players play. I'm Brianna Dahlquist alongside the Deacon David Shealy. Today is Good Friday, as you may know. But you know what, David? I'm in the mood for a little bit of Flashback Friday.
Okay.
Are you down?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to let you start since you're the biggest boss that we've seen thus far.
All right. Well, like you said, Bree, it is Good Friday, and we are living a good life here at Primetime because today we have a special guest coming on the show. You definitely want to stay tuned for that. But first, the Georgia State softball team took down a crosstown rival earlier this week. Let's head over to Jasmine Presley, who has the details.
The Georgia State softball team is coming off of a great win against Georgia Tech University. Senior Megan Latumbe had the go-ahead RBI that pushed the team towards this victory. Moving forward, sources close to us says that these girls were not 100%, but they physically pushed through the pain. These girls will be facing Troy University at home for a 3-game series. For Primetime Sports, I'm Jasmine Presley.
Thanks, Jasmine. Just like the Lady Panthers, the baseball team also faces Troy this weekend. However, officials suspended last night's series opener due to the rain. Now, both teams had 3 runs on the board at the time of the suspension. Play picks back up today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch that game and the rest of the series on ESPN3.
Now, Bree, earlier in the week, the baseball squad took on Kennesaw State here at home. However, they didn't really get the result they wanted. I mean, the Owls were sending balls this away, that away, and that away, and this away. Justin DeWitt has the details.
Right here at the GSU complex, Atlanta rivals Kennesaw State travel on down the road to visit the Panthers for the first time this season. Despite a great offensive start to the game, the Panthers dropped the ball in a comeback loss to the Owls, allowing 6 runs scored in the 4th and 7 more scored in the 7th inning.
When we play with no errors and we score runs and hit the ball and we pitch well in 3 parts, we usually win. In college baseball, you can do 2 of those parts well and still have a chance to win. Tonight, we really played good offensive baseball. 9 runs is a lot of runs to score, and that should be enough to win. But we didn't win tonight because we didn't have at least 2 or 3 parts going of our team.
That same day, sophomore pitcher Hunter Gaddis was named Sunbelt Pitcher of the Week for the 2nd time this season. Gaddis did start last weekend in their victory, but didn't throw a single pitch in their loss to Kennesaw State. Some fans wonder why.
It's so difficult because I think the common fan really just doesn't know what is happening. You can't overthrow people in the middle of the week because you have to be strong on the weekend in your conference games. Your conference games trumps these middle of the week games. I appreciate having him here every single day, and we really rely on him. And I said to him, what makes a number one guy is when it's not going well for your team, he stops it.
Georgia State travels to Troy for a series that will take place Thursday, Friday, and Saturday due to the Easter holiday. For Primetime Sports, I'm Justin DeWitt.
Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest is here. Please welcome women's basketball player Kiera Henry. Miss Henry is our 2017 season winner of Primetime Sports Game Ball. The past season, she was going hard when they turned the spotlight on. She leads the team in points and was the 2nd on the team in assist and free throw percentages. So Kiera, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
First and foremost, I want to say congratulations and present you with this ball.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel about receiving it from your peers?
It feels great because I needed all of them to get to the position I am. So it feels good to be recognized.
So how would you describe your season?
It was a learning experience. We definitely had, it was long, but it turned out really good. It could have been way worse, but I think we made the most of it. And we ended up a lot better.
So, no seniors. So, you guys are all coming back. How does that make you feel?
Well, in high school, I was in the same situation. When I was a junior, there was no seniors at all. So I'm kind of used to it. It's very exciting that we have the same exact team coming back with additions. So we just know we're going to be much better than we were last year, and we're very excited.
So we all know that you can ball so hard, and we all seen you on the court, lighting up the court. However, who is Kiera off the court?
I study a lot, and I think I play with my dogs. That's really my main 2 things. Oh, I eat. I eat everything.
What's your favorite food?
Noodles. I like ramen noodles, pasta. I go eat pho a lot, like anything. I love noodles.
Now, you say you study a lot. What's your major?
I'm a biology major. I want to go to vet school.
Wow.
So that was the closest major they had here.
And
at
that's
Georgia
perfect
State.
because of your dog, right?
Yes.
What's your baby's name?
Jackson.
Describe
He's-
Jackson's personality.
He's 1 year old, and he's a handful. He is crazy. He wants to play all the time. I take him to the dog park often so he can play around with his friends, but he really enjoys it. He loves people. Oh my gosh, he loves people way more than dogs, honestly.
I can't wait to meet him. Can you bring him to the studio?
Yes, I can.
All right, now, I'm gonna hold you to it. So you have the game ball, and you're looking toward next season. What are you looking forward to most, and why?
Well, considering it's my last season, I have to make the most out of it. I have to play every game like it's my last. I can't believe it's actually coming to an end. So I'm just excited to I'm excited to finish and just like make it the best I can.
Awesome. Now, part of the reason why we're honoring Kiera today is because she's a fantastic student athlete. And before she puts on for her city, she has to put on for the classroom. Cecil Hannibal has a story on 2 men's tennis players that teamed up to do just that.
It's midterm season at Georgia State. College students are back from spring break and locked in on their studies. But for college athletes, there are no breaks.
For student athletes like Kevin Hunn, there are no days off. He has to study, practice, and take midterms like everyone else. But he also has to stay focused and compete every match.
Kevin Hunn is a freshman on GSU's tennis team. He says midterms have been a lot to handle.
I have like 4 essays due on Thursday, and then we're traveling as well.
The college freshman has to finish this week off strong to maintain his 3.1 GPA, while also working to bounce back from a tough set in his last match. Senior Sebastian Acuna has taken Kevin under his wing. Acuna sees how stressful this week has been for Kevin.
Right now, he's having a pretty tough week.
This Georgia State vet shares his best advice for student athletes.
Time management. Drop all the BS. Drop all the stuff that you don't need to be. Just better yourself every day.
He's a 23-year-old senior, which is a good thing in my opinion. He has that experience that he can, the younger guys can lean on him.
By mentoring athletes like Kevin, Sebastian is preparing the team for when he's gone.
The sooner we get him to have that winner mentality, the more mature the team's going to be.
And Kevin appreciates all the advice his teammate has shared.
When I'm on losing streaks, he's always there to pick me up. One day I hope to be the leader you are.
Kevin tells me through a ton of studying and help from his teammates, he's had an excellent freshman year so far. I think he'll continue to kill it on the court and in the classroom. From Primetime Sports, I'm Cecil Hannibal.
What a wonderful story. I mean, Sebastian aiding Kevin shows that being a teammate goes way beyond the game. Moving forward, the women's golf team prepares for their final invitational before the Sun Belt Tournament. Reporter Jada Coggins is outside right now with the details for us.
Thank you, guys. The Georgia State women's golf team got off to a rocky start during their fall season, finishing in the lower half of each tournament they played in. The spring, however, has started to turn up for them as they finished second last week at South Alabama in Mobile. They traveled home this week and played at Eagles Landing. I spoke to Coach Gant about the tournament and how playing on their own home court would give them an advantage, and she spoke about the turf and just knowing the playing course that they're going to be on. And I think it worked out pretty well for them because they finished 6th overall in their tournament this week. Coach Gant talked about all of the hardships they'd faced this season and just said that the main thing that they want to focus on is getting better individually and making sure they don't try to focus on perfection. I think that it's worked out pretty well for them. They look forward to traveling to South Carolina next week. For Primetime Sports, I'm Jada Coggins.
Thank you guys for joining us today, but before we go, a big shout out to Damian Lillard on the birth of his son, Dame Jr.
Absolutely. Congrats to you, Dame. As for you, subscribe to Primetime Sports right here on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at Prime Sports with a Z. Take care, guys.